Oh my goodness, man. Welcome, Mountaineer fans, to the final episode of the 2025 season. Mountaineer Legends pregame. Big Joe's down here in Southwest Florida. My brother from another mother right here, my co-host, Randy Cottle up there in Morgantown. How you doing, Randy?
I'm doing great. I actually just got back from Florida today. I had to go down there for work, so I flew out of Orlando and touched down in Pittsburgh and hurried up and got home so I could join you tonight.
Oh, thank you. That's a son of a gun, isn't it? Coming from 75 to 25.
Yeah, it is. It was actually snowing. And it was blowing snow when we were landing. I'm like, oh gosh.
You know what? Hey, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. That's why I moved to Florida, brother. That's why I moved to Florida. Oh, no. Hey, I'm glad you're home safe, and I appreciate you being here for this one. The 2025 season was something really special. And if it wasn't for you guys, Little General.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. From trail snacks to cold drinks and the fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride, rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores, fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Fat Boys Media, Trilogy Innovations, Come on, man. Hey, Amos Steele. I got to thank all of y'all from the bottom of my heart for making this possible. It's just a couple of guys every week, as there's so many out there talking and ranting and raving and supporting and representing. Fat Boys Media has provided us with Mountaineer Legends pregame. And to take the guys like Daryl Talley and Owen Schmidt, Major Harris, and Mike Fox, and Mike Collins, and Aaron Beasley, and these guys that have been involved in this, the legends, the old legends of Mountaineer football, and going out there and being at these watch parties and such. Hey, Little General, God bless you, man. Thank you so much, Darby and your team. You guys helped make this thing happen. If it wasn't for you guys, Trilogy Innovations, Randy, thank you so much for you guys and your support. And, of course, being the co-host of this shindig. Yeah,
that's right.
You're the man. Thank you so much.
Here from the Hall of Legends. Right?
The Hall of Legends. Yeah. It is truly. And I tell you something. A newly appointed legend.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Steve Slayton.
Yeah.
Steve Slayton into the College Football Hall of Fame. When you think about playing football and the climb and the trajectory in which you want to follow, and the College Football Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, when you reach that apex, that is something so extremely, incredibly special. And here we have this young man that just got inducted, which puts another feather in the cap of Mountaineer football and Mountaineer tradition. And it's such a special time. It really is. We only have a handful. I think there's 14 maybe guys that are in the College Football Hall of Fame as coaches and players. Yeah. And to have this one, man, is just so special. Special.
Yeah. Yeah. I was finishing up my college career whenever Slayton first came around, and then I had 2 years off, and then I went back and got my master's But I graduated in 2005, and then I got my master's from '07 to '09. So I got to enjoy.
You were in the middle of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, holy mackerel, dude! You're in the middle of that.
Yeah.
What was that? I mean, seriously.
Oh man,
come on,
I'm telling you, when I was at the Louisville game, right, and we were getting killed, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh!" And it was near the end of the fourth quarter, and my buddies wanted to leave because we just lived like a couple blocks from the stadium, right? So they were all leaving me, so we started to walk back, and then I heard the crowd starting to cheer and everything, and I'm like, screw this, guys, I'm going back. And I went back by myself. I went running back over, and that's right when we started just to come back. And I stayed, and that was the most amazing thing. And then from then on, it was just like, we started to expect it to win. Like we were just making people look silly.
Okay, hold on. Stop. Say that again.
So we were lighting people up. Yeah.
But we expected.
Yeah, we expected to win.
Okay, honestly. There it is. Yeah. Okay, so that's the thing, is we got spoiled. Oh, we got spoiled. We expected to win.
That's right.
Because of those 20 years, and then when Rich took over, you know, we expected to win. And when it subsides from that, we get a little, come on now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, we were the beast of the East back in the day. You remember?
We are.
Yeah.
We are still the beast of the East.
Yeah, that's right.
Although we're in the Big 12. But, you know, and you're right. I mean, you know, we aspired and we always battled to be that, to be the top of that. You know, and
we were banging against Miami when everybody was all up in the, you know, Miami's so awesome, and they had all the swagger. And who was beating them? The Mountaineers.
You know, and but here we are in this time frame, and we have something really, really special to build on.
Yeah.
All right. I know you put out every home game, the freaking best daggone tailgate out there, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's
live from the blue lot.
Come on, live from the blue lot. Oh, right. Yeah. But again, it's not, well, you know, I mean, you support the Mountaineers no matter what. You know, we're all Mountaineers. So there it is. So no matter what, we're always going to support them regardless. Okay. But when you're in those moments of success and you feel that, there ain't no better place to be than out there in the blue lot, out there in that environment. We have the best tailgate.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we just do.
There's a reason why we were in #1 party school for so many years, right? And
cheers, beers.
We're trying to get that swagger back. That's right. Cheers,
you know
beers,
what?
Mountaineers.
But where does that swagger come from?
Yep.
Wins, W's.
Wins.
We got to have W's, man. And you know, I'll be honest with you. You know, I don't want to beat this up because you look back on the season and you go, yeah, you know, it is what it is. It's a growing pain, you know, and I've said it from the beginning, you know, Randy, you know, Rich rode in on that white horse with that big silver sword, you know, and everybody was so hyped. And we went through what we went through. But you think about the 4 games that he won. Okay?
I know the one especially.
he beat Robert Morris. I could beat Robert Morris.
Right. Yeah.
I could beat Robert Morris in the bathroom at 5 a.m.
Yeah. Right.
I beat Robert Morris. Pitt. Dude, I was at that game, and it's one of the most emotional things I think I cried. I had tears coming down my eyes, man, because I wanted Rich to win that game so bad.
Right.
And he did with his guys and those guys, and they won the game. And then I went over to Houston and I watched them knock off number 22. And then I drive back to Morgantown and watch them beat Colorado.
Yeah.
So you know what I say? I think Joe's is a good luck charm because they only won games I was at.
I know, exactly. Every time you showed up, they won.
I should have, would have, could have. Don't matter. I'm glad they didn't win any more games, to be honest with you, because you know why? Because we didn't go to a bowl. We don't deserve to go to a bowl. We don't want to go to a bowl. We did what exactly we needed to do. We got on that recruiting trail. We finished up deals. We brought in some serious artillery for this upcoming off season.
Matt,
you know, right? I mean, seriously. I mean, that's what we needed to do. At the end of the day, you know, you got to move past. You got to move past the has-beens and the whatevers and, you know, whatever. It's over. So now, and I've watched Rich in a couple of interviews and all that, you know, hey.
And he's going to make corrections, that's for sure. And he's calling people out. Even if they played this year, doesn't mean that you're going to play next year. Right?
But that's the difference. That's the difference in the landscape of college football today. You know, you never heard of, I got to recruit every day. Every day is recruiting. I'm recruiting my locker room. I'm recruiting the guys that are on the thread. I'm recruiting the guys. I'm recruiting the guys I've already signed. Yeah. You know, it's just such a different landscape. But I really believe that what we've done this year, going through the football season and getting done what we got to get done. And I know guys, you know, I heard, you know, this guy's leaving and that guy's leaving. And you know what? Hey, we don't know. We don't know if they're leaving on their own or if the coaching staff came to them and said, hey, look, you need to move on because guess what? We got to make room for these other guys because this college football thing's like a conveyor belt. Okay?
Yeah.
It's just like the NFL. All right? And if we don't model the NFL, then we're really, really losing sight of what's going on. But it's a conveyor belt. So what I'm trying to say is this. There's always somebody that's going to replace you. And if you're not the guy at that position, then we need to replace you. So you think about what we've gone through just recently in the momentum of recruiting. All right. We've signed, I heard like 45 plus freshmen. Right. And in that group, we got some players. We got some players. All right. So when Rich and his staff came in last year, think about this. Think about this for a second, Randy. When they came in last year, they had one job. We got to field a team. We got to put together a group of players that can field a team.
Yeah.
But they couldn't be ultra selective. They couldn't target. They couldn't go after. They had to accept to make this thing put together, right? Okay, so they do that. Now, a year later, you got a whole recruiting class you're bringing in, 45 plus guys, freshmen, JUCO transfers, and now you're getting ready to use the one-time, right? It's a one-time portal. It ain't this multiple portal stuff no more. They limited it to one. So you're going to go out there, you're going to find yourself, you got to find a couple of big, strong-ass O-linemen. If you don't win the O-line, y'all can sit back, y'all can bitch about everything you want to bitch about, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you ain't got those dudes up front, you're going to struggle cry, whine, and moan. But if you ain't got those dudes up front to take care of business, right? It's going to be a struggle.
That was a big problem that we had, obviously.
Oh my God. Right? Hey, that and D-line. Our D-line was so small. We got pushed around. How many times, Randy, did you see a running back from the opposing team get through the line of scrimmage and into the secondary in like a second?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what? You better get some dogs. You better get some dogs. You better get some size. You better get some grunt and get it in there to stop that. Otherwise,
I was on the field for the Texas Tech game, and those guys are freaking huge.
That's sick, isn't it?
I mean, they were just shoving people around like
49.
Hey, best team money can buy. And unfortunately,
can you guys hear me? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. Hey, is that Big Mike Fox? I hear you. We can't see you. I'd love to see you. You're such a good-looking dude. Turn your video on.
I think it's having an internet problem. Sometimes it comes on, then it cuts off, unfortunately.
I went to fiber optic. I told them people, I said, if I ever get cut off again, I'm going off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, hey, at the end of the day, it's all about recruiting. And it's all about bringing people into your program that are going to buy in. All right. You think about what Rich and his staff is all about. You have to go out, this thing about 4-star and 5-star and 3-star, I think that's a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
These people that want to go out there and say all that, it ain't about that. It's about locating and finding the football players.
Yeah.
Okay. There's dudes that play football. There's football players.
Right.
We need to go out and find the football players that are going to fit into the Rich Rodriguez's program.
Yeah.
Okay. How many stars you have by your name has that much to do with it. 0. Come on, man.
Yeah, we had a lot of 3-star dogs whenever we were winning in the early 2000s. 2 and 3 stars, what they were. But we were winning games and kicking the crap out of people.
Time out. Who came up with this thing about stars? All right. I mean, seriously, it ain't about that. It's exactly what Rich said. It's about watching film and evaluating a football player. All right? Yeah, it's important how fast you run your 40. Okay? But at the end of the day, it's more important about how you run that 40 in a game situation and then make a tackle.
Right.
Okay. So you gotta be able to translate those attributes, those specific tests, but you got to be able to take those onto the football field. And you gotta realize that, you know what? It's not just that. It's bringing it to the table within a group.
Yeah.
To play football.
That's right.
You know what I mean? To win football games. That's the thing that I appreciated so much about Rich's comments. And that was we got to bring guys in that are going to help us win football games. Yeah. It ain't about how, where do we fit in the recruiting evaluation rating? That don't mean shit. Oh, excuse my language.
Because here's the thing. We, they said that right now we're, first in the Big 12 for recruiting and everything. But like you said, none of that matters until it comes down to it. You know what I mean? Because, and here's the other thing. You can have a team that's number one all year. And this is what used to happen in the BCS era. Like, they would win and they would, like, go through the SEC, for example, and then they would lose. I remember, I think it was Georgia and Alabama, and then Georgia had lost, and then they took them out and then put Alabama in there, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, and even though Georgia had beaten Alabama earlier that year, but they won in the SEC championship. And I do agree, like, we have to have this playoff system. But honestly, sometimes it just comes down to there's a team that might actually be better, but that just on that day, they had more heart or the ball bounced in just one or two more directions in their way, and they end up winning it. Like, how many times have you saw that where a team is actually a better team, but just happened to lose to somebody that day? And that's
that luck.
Yeah.
That's
a little bit of luck. Yeah,
a little piece of luck. That ball, like you said.
Or as Nealon would say, there's those times in the game where a ball might bounce or hit off somebody's foot. There's 5 of them, right? Isn't that what you had said?
5.
Yeah. Nealon used to always say that, and you can see that in all these games.
And you don't know when they're coming.
Yep.
But you know what? Again, a lot of that too, Randy, is you create those moments by your hustle.
Oh,
okay, so and I guess what I'm saying is that that running back's running and the guy comes up and puts the ball out and it falls on the ground and it pops up and it happens to hit me right in the hands. Why?
Yeah.
Because I'm there.
Right.
I'm there. I busted my hump to be part of that moment. And when that moment happens,
right,
if you're in the right place at the right time, it ain't about luck. It's about destiny.
Oh yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like if you're doing in the grand scheme of things what you're supposed to be doing, man, good stuff happens.
I remember just a couple of weeks ago in the Eagles and Dallas game. I mean, this guy was getting the Dallas players was getting checked. He got pushed down 2 or 3 times to the ground, and then he kept getting up and ran all the way down. And then he got the fumble whenever it was 21-21, hit him, got the fumble, and they end up winning the game, right? And that was just because he's there. He didn't get pushed down and stop, right? He was where he was supposed to be, and he never gave up on the play.
But here you go. Here's that what if. The what if is, what if he hesitated for a single friggin' nanosecond?
Right. Yeah.
He ain't there.
He ain't there
to make that play. That's the craziness of this whole thing. Is it's so minute. We talk about football being a game of inches.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's a game of inches. It's a game of nanoseconds. It's a game of the damn shame is it's a game that a lot of times is controlled by them freaking dudes wearing them zebra outfits.
I was going to say the same thing.
All right? And I hate to point my
that can have a serious impact on anything because
what
you even watch some of these things to where it looks like clearly it's a first down, they'll move it back a few inches, right? And we just said it's a game of inches. We even lost some games. Me as a coach this year to where we had a guy that went and scored a touchdown, and then I even watched the video back. I'm like, why was that called, right? And if you have 3 touchdowns called back, and then you look at the video and you're like, where was the? I don't see where there's a problem. I mean, that has a tremendous impact. And you see that in some of these games, the Kansas City Philadelphia game, that they called the one pass interference on that one call, and that was huge. But with AI and everything, the sensors that's in the ball and stuff like that, I think the game is going to continue to change. That's for sure. And
Here's
hopefully
what's crazy.
eliminate these errors.
It'll change to the point where you won't be able to play it because there'll be an infraction on every play. If you let AI involved in this and the analytics of every single play, dude. Now hold on now. I never held.
Yeah.
I didn't hold. I blocked like this and I didn't hold. And if you believe that, I got a whole block of swampland down here in Florida that I would love to sell your ass. Because I got news for you. I held worse than anybody in the world. All right. Because, I wasn't very good, so I had to hold on, man. All right. So what I'm saying is that if you eliminate the human element, you'll make a game last. You'll have an infraction all the time because every single player will have a piece of information on them. All right. So we got a problem with
there was some crazy plays this year where the guy caught it, but it was juggling just a little bit, and they were running as he's running out of bounds, and so.
Well, hey, let me share this with you. All right, my son Thor is the head football coach at Clearwater High School. He had 11 guys sign D1 opportunities.
Oh wow!
4 of them big time. One of them's a DB that we got to play against. He's going to Pitt. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I see Mike Fox joined us back here. Hey, Mike.
Is he back here?
I don't know if you can hear us. I'm hoping you probably can. Right now, you're muted. So if you want to unmute and then try to see if we can hear you or not.
How's that? Can you hear me now?
Oh, we can hear you now. There we go. Now we're joined by Big Mike Fox.
All right.
Good, buddy.
Oh,
hey,
there he is. I see you.
I got the damn thing on my phone, so.
Oh, there you go. That's better.
Had to sign up for it, which is fine, no problem. But it's I got a new phone, in September, so still learning it. So.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, now you're actually clear. You're not pixelated.
Yeah, I think it might be better. It might be better.
Yeah.
But sometimes the phone works great, and sometimes the damn computer works great. So it's it all depends on what day it is. Same damn internet, you know what I'm saying? So.
Oh yeah.
It all depends on what day it is.
Yeah. Well,
you gotta get outside with some aluminum foil holding up.
Yeah, it's cold up here in Ohio, so
you know what? I kind of feel bad for you guys.
Oh, don't feel bad for me. I mean, it's my choice to be here, but no problem.
Yeah, there you go.
It's just a little chilly.
We need to get Mike up there on the recruiting trail, right? Maybe he can find some of these big hog mollies. Like you said, if we don't have a line, whether it's offensive or defensive, I don't know what we're going to do,
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I was hearing some of you guys when I was on the computer, but then I trying to get.
Well, unfortunately, he just accidentally hit the hang up button. But that's okay because I'm sure he'll join right back in. This is what it's like on live unscripted,
unscripted,
podcast,
unfettered.
That's right, exactly.
Oh,
it's podcasting at its finest. You know what I mean?
I think what I was trying to say earlier with the kid. Yeah, never mind. I ain't gonna go
I was talking about what we were talking about was the penalties, right? Or how the zebras could change the game.
No, wait a minute. Listen, okay, thank you. All right, so Thor, my son, Clearwater High School, they're in the second round of the playoffs. Okay, so and Florida high school football is Florida high school football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's legit.
That's where everybody goes to recruit.
Right. So anyway.
So he had 11 players go D1?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Texas A&M, Pitt, Delaware, Yeah, he had a good recruiting class.
Yeah.
Good
How did
bunch
he
of
do
kids.
this year? How'd they finish?
They went 2 rounds deep into the playoffs. He was the coach of the year in 4A Pinellas County.
Oh wow.
He is the head football coach of the Pinellas All-Star team, which plays tomorrow night. So he's doing fantastic, and his players are phenomenal. But most importantly, I think is the fact that second game, we talk about these refs.
Yeah.
And I hate to point fingers at refs.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm on the sideline, and there's this one play. Our defender is right on this guy's hip. And this wide receiver goes out of bounds, Randy.
Yeah.
And I'm right in front of him. I'm right there, and I see this thing, and this guy goes out of bounds. He's a step and a half out of bounds. The ball goes over his head, and he stops, and our defender runs into him. A yard and a half off the sideline.
Right.
And they called
pass interference. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I remember that play. I'm like, how is that possible? It's uncatchable because it's out of bounds.
Now, wait a minute. When you say you remember that play,
yeah,
you don't remember that play from that game. You remember that play from what you experienced.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yep. Absolutely.
It's the same play replicated in a different scenario with different officials. And what we have now is we have human experience. Yeah. So why can we not at least in, all right, I'm just going to say it, Florida high school football. Yeah. When you get to the playoffs, you have the capability, the technology. Why can you not have instant replay?
Right, I know, exactly.
Or at least maybe 3 plays. You get to throw the flag and you got to go back and look at it. Something, right? I mean, something. You can't allow. And I hate to, but there's a prejudice.
Oh yeah.
There's a prejudice. When you look at an officiating team, and the head referee is a graduate of the school that you're officiating at that night.
Yep.
I don't want to point fingers.
Right.
Conflict of interest, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah. I'm telling you what. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But and at the end of the day, it pains the kids. It's
right. It's not that they're screwing us over. And I even said that to the ref. We had 20 penalties called against us. They had 1. Right. I'm like, dude,
what?
I said, you're not screwing us over. You're screwing over these 8 to 10-year-olds. Like, what are you guys doing?
You got kids.
Yeah.
You got kids, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, they do it in the NFL too. I mean, I don't know what you're all. I'm not a big Baltimore Ravens fan, but I think they took a touchdown away from them. Most of the people that I know that have football IQs look like a catch to them. So.
Yeah.
Something, Mike. Honestly, when we have so much access to information that we can see it with our own eyes and we can analyze it with our own eyes, and they show stuff like that is so blatantly freaking ridiculous.
Yep.
How I don't understand what they expect us.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what that is. That's just shoving the reality of truth down people's throat and making
there it is.
Which I don't believe in that shit. So personally, it's like, I don't. I know there's more on the line than that, but they definitely, nothing against the Steelers, but they had a lot of fortunate calls that day. So probably good for their season. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Well, I mean, and that's just it. There's so much inconsistency. I remember, I think it was the Texas Tech BYU game, and they'd be all over them, and there was like no calls for like pass interference and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
how is that? And then the announcer's like, well, that's clearly pass interference. But
Yeah.
then you'll see another game where like he just touches him or grazes his hand across him. It's like, nope, flag. Like they're getting it out ahead of
Yeah,
time.
I mean that's
Like-
that's called selective refereeing, and that's just a bunch of shit too. If you're gonna call a game, but let the players win the game. Don't let the refs win or lose a game. I mean that's the whole thing. It's just like, who the hell wants to do that? Because it is obvious. Because people, people can rewind their TVs now and they can DVR it.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They can see it, and then if they don't catch it, then everybody on ESPN is going to catch it. And those people know a little bit about, there's some football guys there that know about football too, and they'll be like, I don't know about this. I don't know what universe that came from, but it's like unbelievable. The whole. I mean, I'm sure there's a real explanation behind everything. But the whole idea of out of bounds is the shit's out of bounds. This survived the catch out of bounds shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I could give a shit about that. I mean, did I have possession when I was in bounds? Because it sure as hell ain't going to matter if I caught it out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think once you cross that line, that party's over. You know what I'm saying? That's just a bunch of lawyer language. You know that? That's why they. Well, survive the. You got to survive the catch. Survive the catch.
Yeah, survive the catch.
Survive the catch.
I mean, the guy already was in the end zone with that. In particular, the Baltimore game. Not to stick up more, but he caught the ball in the end zone. He was in the end zone, but he didn't survive the catch. But he sure looked like he took 2 or 3 good steps to me. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
God bless. That. But and have you ever seen somebody?
Did you know that Joe's in his whole career he never held anybody? Never held anybody.
Sure. No, he didn't, because he kept his hands inside.
Are you kidding me? Let me tell you something, buddy. I held every.
Well, I mean, they all listen. They all do. I mean, there's a reason why. Listen, I got 2.
Like you, Mike. Hey, you never head slapped nobody.
I don't know about head slapping, but I know one thing. I know I had 2-way tape on my shoulder pads. They tied them down to where nothing. Then they had buttons on the bottom to clip between your legs. Well, let me tell you something. They done rip that shit. It's no time before the game's over. That thing's already hanging out of you. The ref is yelling at you, tell you to tuck it in, and you haven't gotten one holding call yet because they're not going to give that to you. And my coach, quite frankly, told me, my D-line coach said, you got to break their effing hands off of you. That's what you got to do. And that's it. You got to break their arms off of you, and that's it.
It's funny. I said that to my kids, too. I said, if they're holding you, club them. If you club them enough times, guess what? By the end of the game, they ain't going to want to touch you.
And then that's usually what happens. You'll see a guy, throw a hell of a rip move, but then this other hand out here is frailing around. But if you train him to take that other hand to come back and pin that O-line's hand, because he's coming back for your hip, he's going to start leaning heavy on your hip, which is going to slow you down. You just pin that hand back, and then you power. You club it. Sometimes you got a double club, and then club again.
Yeah.
So,
the double club.
They
just club that son of a bitch till he's dead.
And I mean violently, club.
You club him like a seal.
Yeah, I mean, like you said.
No, I'm sorry, that's bad.
Well, my D-line coach, he would use the words like, you have to shuck the F out of them. Like when you hit them to disengage, you got to shuck them. Then you better shuck the F out of them to get them off you, because they're going to hang on you all day. I mean, that's what they do.
Mike, I'm from Baltimore, so when you say shuck them, I'm thinking of an oyster.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you're hungry by now.
Shuck them like an oyster.
I'm sure you're hungry by now, big fella. I mean, what the hell? I mean, I'd go for some oysters too. Hell, we talking about the Ravens. Now you're talking about oysters. All
right, I got to ask you, Michael. All right, we got through this season.
Yep.
We really won some, we only won 4, but 3 of them were pretty damn good games. All right. So that being said, and all this, what's going on? What's your feelings, man? How you feeling about this whole thing?
Well, here's the deal. So I'm going to share a little bit of information with you that I've gathered.
Please.
I helped do some stuff with Frank Fear a week ago with the Mountaineer locker room then and now. And I asked him, I said, could you send me that chart so I could do something with it? Because I want to get on Joe's event and share some of the thoughts and what's going on. Because, everybody's heart's like, hey, we're bleeding blue and gold, and that's just the way it is, and we're going to figure out a way. And I tell you what, we finished the season with a 77, and they gave us like a C+ in this one poll, which is pretty not a bad deal. So we finished 77, and they gave us a C+. Okay. Now the 2020.
Well, that's the recruiting thing, right?
No, that has nothing to do with recruiting. Just the team finished 7.
That's our season.
Okay. The team finished 77, but they gave them a C+, and they had some strengths of games, and we had 4 good games, which not a bad. Listen, if you take a bunch of people and you throw them on a team, you really don't know what you're going to get when you're getting bodies. Okay.
Amen.
So the same thing if you had to do the same thing for your work or a job. Sometimes you have to get bodies, but sometimes those bodies ain't the bodies you thought they was. You know what I'm saying? Until you learn them. Until you learn them and teach them or train them. We talked about that before. But let's just go with these numbers. They were 77 with a C+ for the season. Now, 2026 major college football team recruitment ranks after the close of the early signing period. West Virginia is they got 49 commits. They're ranked number 1 in the Big 12, and they got 3, 4, and 5-star recruits out of the 49 guys. Their national rank is number 20. Okay, that's the early vote, or the early part of the deal. Their NIL, which is based off of 33 people, I figure 11 defense, 11 offense, 11 special teams. They're at 21,000, and that's times 33, which is 693,000. Now, everybody ain't getting 21,000. They're going to split that up and down a different way, okay?
Yeah.
So they're number 1 in the Big 12, number 20 national rank as far as those are concerned, and with the 49 commits. Texas Tech right behind us, they got the number 2. They're number 2 in the Big 12. They're number 22 in the national rank, but they're 112,000 times 33 players, which is 3.696 million. Okay.
Yeah.
So they got 6 4- and 5-star recruits. BYU is next. They got 22 commits. They're number 3 in the Big 12. They got 7 4- and 5-stars. Their national rank is 25. They're at 61,000 times 33 players. That's like 2,013,000. Arizona State, 19 commits, number 4 in the Big 12 as far as the ranking for getting recruits. Number 5 with 4 and 5 stars, national rank 35. They're at 45,000 times 33 players, which is 1,485,000. And then TCU, they got 22 commits, number 5 in the Big 12 as far as the recruits, and they got 2 4 and 5 stars, national rank 37. They're at 18,300 per NIL times 33 people is 603,900. And then if we want to put up against the number 1 recruiting class right this second in time is USC. They got 22 of 35 commits. are 4 and 5 stars, and their average NIL value is 160,000 times 33, which is 5.28 million. So I'm going to say between 78, where we finished last year, and approximately 20 this year, with the recruit element going on. Hell, we might be able to get up there in the top 25 next year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, I think it's a possibility. So
you know what? I'll tell you something. The star rankings and all that stuff, I kind of, whatever. At the end of the day, it's finding the right guys to fit into your program and finding that grit and that toughness that's going to match what you're going to demand of your players. And I know Rich, and I've listened to him, and I know him personally. So when you look at what he's going to ask, he's going to demand every day you be competitive.
Yep.
Every day you got to earn your job. Every day you got to earn that. So by bringing in exceptional players, we create competitiveness in practice every day. I can't rest because I know Joe Schmo is right behind me, pushing me. So if I rest and I relax and I let go, somebody's going to take my job. And I don't want that.
Well, the good news, the good news is they got plenty of recruits right this second. So he was able to have a little time to pick this bunch out.
Amen.
And now they got a season under their belt. This is like a big, this is like a wham bam, thank you ma'am type of situation to start with.
Yeah.
So we got to,
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, what do you know about that? What do you know about wham bam? Thank you, ma'am.
Well, you know
what is that?
You remember back in the day, right? So whatever.
Looks like we're joined now by Mike Collins. He's now on here with us.
Oh,
welcome to the chaos, Mike.
Look at
What's
this.
up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Oh, my goodness.
The hammer.
Look at this. The
Speaking
hammer.
of-
The
speaking of-
Huntington hammer. Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
here.
How's it
Sorry
going,
I
Mike?
joined late.
That's right.
I said I'm sorry I'm joined late. Sorry.
Oh,
guys.
you all right?
Y'all hear me okay?
That's all right. Hey,
Yes, sir.
we're right now. Hey, Michael, first of all, welcome. And second of all, brother, hey, it was such a pleasure watching your young man this year in Major League Baseball and doing all that stuff. And as a dad, you riding that thing, man, with a grin as big as a chin. Huh?
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Too happy, too proud. It's indescribable. Now, hey, I heard you the end of that conversation when I joined in, but Isaac's got to do the same thing. Got to validate, right? Now it's time to grow, progress. It's say we got 1 year. Let's stack it. Let's get another one, and so that I can smile some more, so I can puff out my chest some more. But more importantly, so he can do his thing too, right?
That's it.
And help his team win and get back, and maybe hopefully they can make the next step. So
Every day.
right, man,
Every day. I mean, I think that's a thing that resonates with me with Rich. And I've said this, I've known Rich for a long time. Rich is one of the most compulsive competitors I've ever known in my life. This guy don't like to lose, all right? And he's going to build it, and he's going to grow it, and he's going to make it. I'm not going to lose. And with that being said, when you're in that culture, every day is a competitive moment for me to gain an edge. And it's not just necessarily gaining an edge on the guys in my locker room, because that's who I'm competing with every day. It expands to if I can get past this group right here. Oh man, on game day, it's going to be crazy. You know, it's going to provide me that experience that you're going to push me to the point where when I meet that moment, there's not a decision to be made. It's a reaction that's taken place. That's huge. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, and you've experienced it so much in your life, and now you're experiencing it through, you know, what's happening now, you know, Mike, with your kid and all that stuff, man. It's just, you know, seeing that is so special.
Right. And, you know, you're seeing the same thing with your son, Thor, and him coaching and him mentoring kids and, you know, seeing the kids you have success. You know, he had that kid who just signed with Texas A&M, the offensive lineman. And, you know, so, but that's what, you know, this year, and I apologize if I regurgitate some things that you have already talked about, but
Go, baby.
But the thing about this season is, you know, Rich is level setting, right? He's getting us back, kind of, you know, setting the standard. This is what we're, you know, you have to play to. This is, and so there were some growing pains, obviously, with the amount of turnover on the offensive line. The offense didn't look great at times. But how about this? We beat Pitt. Exactly. We go on the road and get a win over a ranked opponent for the first time in before Neil Brown. Right. How about that?
Exactly.
Right? The guy never had a marquee win the whole time he was there, and we get 3.
Right, exactly.
So, Mike, we actually found out what the common denominator of all those wins was. Joe's went to all those games. He was at Pitt. He was at Colorado. He was at Houston.
Right. That's good.
I was physically there.
Yeah,
exactly. They better get you to go all the games next year then. We need more wins.
Hey, Fox, I was just going to say that. We need to get a fund for Joe's to be at all 12 games next year.
I was going to say, hey, we need a GoFundMe.
Yeah. We're open for sponsorships for the Mountaineer Legend podcast for next year.
Exactly.
Hey, you're always collecting money. You got to collect money. It's always part of it.
Are you kidding me? I'm on a fixed income. I'm retired.
Right.
Oh, man.
Well, that too, but nothing's better than a damn old-fashioned grocery paper bag full of money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love you, man. Oh, God, Mike. Oh,
so I'm looking forward to seeing us take that next step. And you guys were talking, Fox was talking about when I got on about the recruiting class and now, and then, you know, I was just up there a couple weeks ago for Coach Neal, and they gave him that award, and I spoke there.
Hey,
and
outstanding.
Right.
Outstanding. Huh?
It was awesome. It was an awesome experience, and, you know, whatever I could do to support and honor Coach Neal, and I'll definitely try to do. But, you know, Fox was talking about the recruiting, and you know, I had an opportunity to walk through the facility and talk to some coaches, and that's how they're going to build it. You know, they're going to build it through the high school kids, and they're going to develop those guys and hopefully retain, you know, their guys, and then go from there. And so that's what next year I'm looking for us to take a nice little bump, right? You know, the big thing is going to be offensive line. You know, how much better are they going to be on the offensive line next year, right? And if they can get the big guys up front to protect the quarterback, you know, then we got a chance to do some things offensively. We had glimpses of it.
Yeah.
Right? We had glimpses.
That's it. We had a lot of because we didn't have those, we got to see our third and fourth string running backs and quarterbacks because our guys were getting killed, right?
Exactly.
All right, hold on. Exactly. I just need to jump in here for 2 things. All right. Yep. Number 1, we absolutely have to have the personnel up front.
Yep. There's no doubt about that.
We also have to have the coaching of the guys up front. All right. And I'm not grinding on Big Nell. I like Jack McDowell Jr. All right. I'm not going to grind on him right now. But I am going to say this. We, bodies and size and talent is just a fraction of this thing. It's a freaking mentality. And the mentality of brutalizing the freaking guy that's in front of you becomes essential in an offensive lineman's toolbox.
Right.
And right now, I'm kind of questioning that. I hope he proves me different. But you know what? He's a center by trade. And I could go back through the centers of trade. And they are analytic. They are thought processing. They're making calls. They're not the meat grinder. The meat grinder, is the guard and the tackle. All right.
You want road graders.
You want freaking people that ain't afraid of contact. You ain't afraid to destroy the guy in front of you, and you take pride in putting freaking guys on their ass. All right. Yeah. And I think that's a bit what we're missing. You can put great players in the positions, but if you ain't training them to do, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I was saying. A couple of months back. You got to be able to train them. I don't give a shit. 3-star, 1-star, 0 stars, 5 stars. They got to elevate the game, and you got to be able to get them to elevate their game. So, because if you ain't doing that, you ain't doing your job. As far as
Mike, did you guys ever? And I'm talking to the two Mikes, man. Did you guys ever get star ratings? Was that even a thing?
I mean,
what the hell is that?
Hey, I just got a letter. I was happy somebody wanted me. How about that?
You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Fox.
Mike might have got some star ratings on how many times he would hit a guy and make him see stars. I think maybe that might be the case. And that's what we need. Honestly, that right there is what we need. I think even Aaron talked about this when he was on here with us, right? He saw what Mike Collins done. He wanted to elevate to be at that level. Right. He wanted to be that guy, right? And you have to have a little bit of crazy on the team. You had Owen Schmidt out there banging his helmet. So you have to have that one guy that you're not a little bit sure about him.
No,
he elevates that 90. Team that much more, right?
You got to have 90.
Yeah,
right.
One's not enough.
Yeah. That physical presence is important. I mean, like hell, Fox when he played, like him and the other guys on that 88 and 89 teams, when I was there in 89, man, those dudes were crazy, right? But you have to have, but that's what we keep talking about. You have to have an edge. And what we lost for the past 6 years, and now we're trying to regain is an edge, playing with an edge. We had a couple guys, those Steelers boys, and heck, the kid who's the center now for the Steelers. I mean, we had some guys. We had some guys who had an edge, but that's was within them. It wasn't brought out of them, right? And so what both you, Joes, and Fox you're talking about is, you need that coach who can bring that fire out a little bit. We have to be physical in practice. You have to coach the dudes hard. You got to get on them. You got to piss them off. You got to piss them off. And
the word though, Michael, is competition.
Right.
Competition. Right. We have to create an environment where, you know what, you're breathing up my ass so tight that if I slack off for a second, I'm going to lose my starting job. And more importantly, I'm going to lose playing time on game day. And if I lose playing time on game day, it's cutting into my NIL deal. All right? So, because it's all supposed to be based on freaking incentives.
Performance.
Yeah, and we actually saw that this year. I mean, at quarterback, I know everybody was questioning him because Neil Brown was like, "Oh no, this is my quarterback. I don't care what happens. I don't care if he's losing, if he's out of it." Rod would be like, "Hey, you're not cutting it. You're overthrowing the ball. Next
Right,
man up,
exactly.
next." Right?
Well, yeah, I
And
mean,
we
it's a
saw
lot.
that.
Oh, they were so good. I give them so much credit. Oh my God, they were so good. I got so tired of hearing that bullshit. I swear, I hate it. I'm so glad that freaking guy's gone out of our program. And I can say it, and I don't care. I'm saying it now.
Right.
Neil?
I agree. I agree. Now the guys who played for him, they're always Mountaineers, and we love those dudes. We want them. Hey, we want them to know, hey, we love you. Put our arms around you. But unfortunately, you just didn't have the same experience. That's the only problem. You didn't have the same experience.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what, son, Michael. I love you, man. You're so politically correct. I wanna wrap my arms around you and give you a big hug.
Hey, you know,
wait a minute,
they're
hold on.
Mountaineers. They still part of the family. They had a bad dad. They had a bad dad.
Well, I mean, listen, I mean, you can put it all on Neil if you want to, but there was a bad beginning to that with Holgerson. So,
They had a
Yeah, I
bad
agree.
dad.
I
Well,
agree.
wait a minute. Well, first of all, they had a bad dad, and then the bad uncle came in.
Yeah, exactly. Bad uncle. Yeah.
That's bad. Okay. All right, stop. I have to
I
get
know,
on
we're going off the rails.
I got to get back on the rails real quick. I need to share something with you guys. It's going to really be a downer, man. But I feel compelled right now to the Mountaineer Legends pregame, man. We brought so much joy to Mountaineer fans in Myrtle Beach and South Carolina and friggin' Orlando, everywhere we've been, we bring that, and our brotherhood is real. Our brotherhood is so freaking real, and we lost something really special. Jimmy Duffield, y'all know Jimmy Duffield. The freaking guy lives in Alaska. He's all right. Sorry. His mom and dad were down in Melbourne, which they've been down there for years and years and years. And make a long story short, the other day, his mom was killed in a car crash. She got hit on A1A. And anyway, hey, I felt compelled to bring that up because, Jimmy came to the golf tournament this year. First time, flew down from Alaska and came to the golf tournament, Sport Children's Hospital, and what we do with what we do with, the kids and stuff. And yeah, man, holy crap. She's walking across the street, got hit by a car, and
I'm sorry.
got it. Yeah. So, hey, our prayers go out to Jimmy and his family, and yeah. All right. So with that, there's a Merry Christmas too, because Christmas is one of these times that we get to spend rejoicing and thinking about our loved ones and what this whole season's all about. And I appreciate you guys, man.
Appreciate you too.
Yep. Yeah. You guys are awesome, man. You made me breathe.
Yeah.
Well, and hopefully, maybe next year or maybe even the year after. I'm hoping for next year. We'll say next year. We'll have more to talk about trying to make the playoffs here. And I do think they are going to expand out the playoffs because, you talked about some of the stuff to where you're seeing like the number 3 team play the number 9 team and they don't move, where other ones like BYU had dropped, even though they had a great season there and they lost to Texas Tech. And again, Texas Tech is going to make a good run. There's some big boys. But they're massive. And I think they're going to expand it to 16 teams and get rid of the championship series.
Randy, I think they're going to go to 24.
It's 24.
I think, and honestly, it makes no sense not to go to 24. To be honest with you, because it allows for the SEC to eat. They're going to get their 7 or 6 or 7 or 8.
Yeah, they're trying to jam them all in there. Yeah,
but it also gives the Big 12 4 opportunities, the ACC 4 opportunities, So and then you get the Group of 6; they get their chance to get in there as well. So and then also too, there's more home games, there's more money. It's and let's be honest, it all goes back to the money. Goes back to the money,
right?
Yeah.
Use the existing bowl games.
Right.
They're already there. Hey,
Exactly.
I don't mean to change the subject, but dude, Michael, I'm talking about my college, the Hammer. Dude, I'm liking this freaking dude.
My haircut. I just got a haircut.
Hey, dude, man. That's looking sexy.
Hey, turn your phone sideways. It'll zoom in on you, and we'll get the 10 by 80 here.
Got my fade. Got my fade going. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, I see some gray on you. Look at all this gray. We're getting old, man. We're getting old.
I know.
Oh, you're not.
But going back to the playoff though, they do it in Division I AA. Now FCS. They have 24 teams there. They can do it. They already have a blueprint for it, and then also what it does, it allows you to use the bowl games, but then you also still get home games too.
Exactly.
So it just makes too much sense to go to 24.
Well, yeah, because every year there's always 2 or 4 more teams that could be oh, well, what about and they're hanging out there and not getting in, and it would be great to they either need to do that or they need to leave 2 or 4 slots for a magic moment for whomever.
Right.
Instead of they're trying to cram all this shit in, and they can actually make more money the other way. Add more or go to 24. I'm with you on that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, and they do it at all other levels, like Mike was saying. D1 FBS was the only one that wasn't doing a playoff like that, right? And now they're finally catching up because the whole NCAA, and now with all this money, everything is changing. And I know they even talked about having a commissioner. Nick Saban was on there, and everybody's like, "Oh, you should do it," and he's like, "No, I don't want to do that." But they absolutely it is a business now. They're going to have to start treating it as business. And unfortunately, the way because some of these are like the toilet bowl. Let's face it. Nobody's getting excited. Half the players aren't even going to it anymore. They're going up to play and get ready to be recruited.
Well, the teams are. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Foxy. My bad.
If the game meant more, then all of a sudden the bowl games that are at the bottom of the barrel become more exciting, and more people in the stands equals more people watching on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. And the thing too is the teams are opting out of the bowl games by not, so for instance, Iowa State, Kansas State, Baylor, they're all bowl eligible, but they decided not to, participate in the bowls, right?
Right.
Because they got to worry more about retention of the players. So there's other things they got to take care of as well. And it's a business. They've got a collective bargain with these players. They got to, every pro sport does not have unfettered free agency.
Right. Yeah.
And let's be honest,
exactly.
College football is pro sports. It's pros now. Then they have unlimited free agency. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, and here's another one.
They don't adopt the NFL model, top to bottom, then they're missing a boat.
Yeah, because guess what? the worst team in the NFL gets the best player, but right now in college, the team with the most money gets the best player. So there's no balance, And the NFL is designed to be, basically, they want those teams as close to 50-50 or 500 as they can be, because it creates the competition. Now, there's always some others that will separate, as you all know. But, college, we got a lot of teams. There's a lot of teams, and they got to figure out how they're going to break them up That's how I see that. So.
Yeah, man. But Fox, you're absolutely right. Like, and so they want to do this. They want this NFL model with the playoff, but they can't do it because, just to your point, Fox, the worst team gets the best player in college football. They recruit. They don't, so they've got to, and so they're with the collective bargaining. What's going to have to happen is the SEC and the Big Ten are going to have to maybe give a little bit up. And are they willing to do that? Are they willing to do that?
I mean, here's the deal, man, just real quick. So you got this NIL money, and that's great, don't get me wrong, but I mean, we want retention. Retention means, to me, you get somebody on that team, you give them a freaking state retirement for that guy signing up for 4 or 5 years. Now you have the cohesion that you deserve, because they're going to make enough money to potentially fund a damn retirement fund anyways. So give them the money and keep them retented, and then guess what? They might have another retirement. They might have 2 or 3 retirements by the time they're done. That's the name of the game. What's better than 1 retirement? 2, and then on and on and on.
Yeah. Well, and I know a lot of people were excited. They thought, oh, we're going to get Chris Henry Jr. just because of all of his ties and everything. You think Ohio State wasn't going to throw stupid money at him and be like, no, that's not happening. And I'm sorry. And we're 1.8 billion people here in the state of West Virginia. And granted, we've all graduated.
1.8 million, not 1.8 billion. 1.8 million.
Yeah, million.
We'd be fine if it was 1.8 billion.
Yes, I did not mean billion, but 1.8 million people. And again, we've graduated and gone to other areas, but we don't have the money of the Texases of the world, right? Like, I mean, that's the oil and gas capital of the world. And all these Texas teams have it. A&M, A&M, I think we talked, they got $780 million after Menzel.
Wait a minute, hold on. Stop.
We're not doing that.
I need to share this with you. My son Thor up there at Clearwater High School, his offensive tackle is at Texas A&M this year, coming out as a freshman. He just left. He's going there now. And his NIL deal is $500,000 a year for 2 years.
That's
Say it again. $500,000.
I mean, that's wonderful.
2 years. Wonderful. That's some bullshit.
Well, actually, the number one punter in the nation. The number one punter in the nation came out of Morgantown.
He got $500,000 a year, or $500,000 to do.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to say this right now. Thank God they didn't have NIL when I was playing. Right. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Thank God they didn't have NIL. Oh, my God. If they had NIL when I was playing, man, there'd be nothing left.
So the number one punter, I was saying, he actually plays 3 miles from me at University High School, right? And his dad actually works for Trilogy Innovations. And, he had an offer from West Virginia, and he wanted to go here. But, it's a lot different now because Syracuse is where he ended up, right? And they were offering him some good long-term investments, I guess. And I don't blame the kid at all.
I don't either. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, exactly. He's playing the game, the new game. Right?
Say it again, Mike.
The other
don't hate the player.
Yeah.
Don't hate the player, because the player is doing what is available. This is what it is right now. And you know what? Get every freaking dime you can when you can get it. Mm-hmm. Right?
Because the day they quit loving you is the day it's over.
Amen. Yeah. Amen. Yeah. Hey. And if you can get something out of it, oh my God.
One day you're in the penthouse, the next day you're in the shit house. You just keep going.
Well, but here's the other thing though that gets lost.
I went from the penthouse. I went all the way down into the bottom of the basement.
You went
below. You know that?
It was a double-decker shit.
You went to the latrine. You went to the bottom of the latrine.
Oh, that's
I don't know. He still looks like he's eating pretty good, so I don't know. He's doing all right. Clams from Baltimore, Maryland.
I ain't missed no meals, man.
Right. Hey, but here's the thing that gets lost though. Like literally, where's the education piece, right? And like these kids are still kids,
Amen.
and they're still going to
Amen.
college, and they still should be. The ultimate care should be getting that degree, right? And I get it. And you get that money. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can do
Great
both
point.
things. You know what I mean? And so there has to be another. Mike has already mentioned it too about the retirements. Have an additional incentive. Once you get your degree, then you get even more money, right?
Yeah. Plus,
so that you can get that third retirement.
Plus, they seriously need complete serious intervention with some type of licensed financial person that can help guide them before they fucking spill all that money into everybody else's pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Because that'll happen.
Because
if you don't love her today, and then the same person you love today, you may not love in 30 years. You just don't know.
Right.
You got to protect your stuff. Is all I'm saying.
Exactly.
I can tell you this. That's a fact.
That is a fact.
That is a fact.
Right. We don't talk too much about that.
Hey, you know what?
That's a whole different conversation.
All right.
Now we really are going off the rails. What is happening here?
All right,
We're never off the rails, man. We're never off the rails.
But here's the other thing, though. To Mike's point, there's so much money, right? And if there's with no guardrails, there's people who want to keep it like this because they're making money off these kids, and they're taking advantage of them too.
Oh my God!
Well, think about this, Mike, for a quick second. My kid's making money September, October, November, December, right? Okay, so now I'm going to 1099 him after 4 months of work, and he's going to owe those taxes in April. I mean, that's no joke. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There might be a strategic way to defer some of that for it to be strategic. I don't know, but I know somebody that would.
Right.
You better be guided properly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You better be guided properly, or you're going to find yourself.
And that's the other thing. Like, we got a lot of West Virginia alumni brothers. They are in the financial field. They need to utilize them. Hell, they've been through 30 years worth of up and down in the market.
Shit, look at Andre Johnson. Reach out to Andre. There's one phone call, and that guy's a genius.
Yeah, Andre, you got Matt Raptor up here in Ohio.
Shit.
You got Pat Marlette. A couple more guys that are from our times, you know. So it's like they need to utilize. Listen, they need to utilize their real alumni that's played with them if they can, because they're missing the big point of the whole point. So it's you know, because we're basically ambassadors, and you know, we should be able to say, hey, bro, you know, this is, you know, you don't have to do it like I did it, but here's a couple things you might want to think about, you know. That's all.
Actually, we are doing that at Trilogy. So my degree was in business management from WVU, right? And my master's was software engineering, but we're going back as part of our give back. The one thing that was really cool that Neil did was start the Elite Climbers program, teaching these kids about business, how to dress, what to do. And Liz Vitullo, I know her and her husband Christian head up the program, and we've been working with them because they're trying to keep that going. You know, after Neil left, you know, they want to keep that going for the football players. Well, we've expanded out now. Just this year, we're going to also have a lot of women in women's sports that we've donated to help try to get that running, right? But if to your point, they need to be the business, right? So instead of going out there and waste their money and buying all these chains and everything, that's investment dollars now. Like again, if you guys would have had that, and looking back and what you could have done with an investment. Amen. Oh my gosh!
Hey, it's not sexy. It's not Nvidia or Netflix, but compounding interest over 30 years, a minimal amount of money goes a long way for, and I'm not talking about hardly any risk. But I mean, you know, but they don't understand that because, you know, everything's still sexy when you're younger. But when you get older, you're like, compounding interest can go a long way, you know?
I'm going to tell you this. I'm kind of thankful they didn't have NIL when I was playing.
He would have had that Mohawk still today.
Hey,
that Mohawk would still be flying.
He'd have copyright.
Don't let Josie.
Yeah, he would have caught me right at the Mohawk. He would have been out selling Mohawks out in front of the stadium.
Oh, Schmidt be paying me.
Joe's made his own NIL. He was already on the chart. So whatever.
Oh shit! Hey,
That's right.
listen, man, I love you guys. Hey, real quick. You know, this is the postseason. You know, we haven't talked anything about it. Doesn't have to, because it ain't about what's happened. It's about what happens next, and we all know that. But you know, we're coming into the Christmas season, all right, and I know we all have really, really great memories of Christmas. I hope so. I know I do. And I got to share one thing with you before we close this off. You know, when I was a kid, my brother and I, he's 5 years younger than me, but we would set up our tree and it would be just a bare tree until Christmas Eve, and we'd go to sleep. And we'd wake up the next morning and the tree would be decked and the presents would be under it. And let me tell you something, Santa Claus was so freaking real.
Right.
And I'm 62 years old right now.
Right.
And I will tell you this, he's as real in my heart right now as it's ever been. And I love you guys. I wish you guys a freaking very Merry Christmas season. I love you. We had a great year. Mountaineer Legends pregame. We got to be in Myrtle Beach. We got to be in Orlando. We were up at Pitt, and we did all of our stuff during the year. And you know what? Hey, we couldn't ask for a more Merry Christmas than right now. So I appreciate you guys, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Appreciate all you're doing.
Yeah.
Enjoy being part of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is good stuff, Joe. Thank you, man.
Amen. Hey, Mikey C, let me tell you something real quick, brother. You don't know how much we all enjoyed watching your young man jam. I mean, oh, come on, man. You know, and I'll tell you what's freaky is he, there's no freaking question that kid's your kid. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love you, man. I love
The
you
genes are
guys.
strong with this one.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
All day.
That's funny. Good
All
stuff.
day. Hey, well, hey, let's go Mountaineers.
Let's go.
Merry Christmas. Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas.
And we'll see
Merry
you guys
Christmas,
here
Happy New
coming
Year.
up. Amen.
Right. See you guys.
See you in the new
Appreciate
year, everybody.
Happy
Y'all
New
be
Year.
safe.
Merry Christmas.
Take care of yourself.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too.
Before you hit the hiking trails with your crew, make a quick stop at your local Little General convenience store. We've got the snacks, drinks, and gas to keep you going. Because every great hike starts with a little planning and a lot of snacks. We're proud to be part of your journey, rooted in West Virginia and built for the road ahead. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.